This video will be about the application of what I've been talking about from the first video to the fourth video. So I'll show examples of a good research topic, and I'll also talk about one particular example where I discovered a good research gap. So let me delve into the nitty-gritties of this video. So this is a checklist of things you have to check out for to make sure that your topic is viable or it's researchable. So the first thing is a good title. The second video was about the rules of topic generation. So rules of topic generation. So the topic has to be simple, easy to understand. Avoid banality, means repeating what has been done in the past. It has to have a word limit. With reference to the Copperbelt University, that's a word limit of 15 words. This may differ with university. Ethical consideration, you have to put some ethical consideration in how you report that. The title shouldn't have a name of an institution without their permission. The title should reflect an XY relationship. I think I've been showing that. So XY relationship, in the sense that this is one of the examples. These are the X variables or the independent variables. This is the dependent variable. So the project should be in the bounds of whatever field you are in, or in the bounds of the degree you have. So if it's in health, in the healthcare, it has to be in the bounds of the healthcare, or has some notable aspects. If it is interdisciplinary, so it has got crisscrosses many disciplines. It has to have notable aspects of, say, if it's business. It would be an advantage if it's grounded or rooted in systematic literature review gaps. So I talked about systematic literature review gaps. So I also talked about research gaps. A research gap is basically an area of uncertainty or weakness in existing literature, or areas, uncharted areas where little or no research has been done. So I talked about some constraints you have to consider: the budget, the scope. I also talked about the title. The title shouldn't infer dogmatic language, which is basically asserting or imposing anything with no scholarly basis. And I also talked about some things you have to look out for, like issues with reliability, especially on with respect to quantitative research. Issues with reliability. I talked about the Cronbach's alpha. So the ranges: unacceptable, poor, questionable, questionable, acceptable, good, excellent. So those ranges. So I basically talked about that. So your title, your first thing you have to check out is a good title. The second thing, the topic or title should be based on a research gap. So I talked about that, either theoretical, methodological, or contextual. Motivation: what are the main drivers of you doing this study? Is it like serving a need or a want in society, or is it serving a problem? What's the relevance of your study, and what do the statistics and the body of facts say about your study? So you have to talk about that. So if it's an interest, it has to be relevant to society, and it has to have some scholarly basis. So relevant to society, and you have to be solving a problem. I mean, it has to have some basis grounds with facts and statistics. So the conceptual framework. So the conceptual framework is basically the conceptual model, questionnaire, methodology. So those things fall under the conceptual framework. The research instrument is that's another term for the questionnaire. Mainly for quantitative research, it has to, since in quantitative research there is use of statistical indicators to test reliability of the study. So I talked about that may be a pitfall at this stage. Maybe you might not learn about those things, but it might be a pitfall if you create a topic without considering those things in the questionnaire you're adopting or adapting or even developing. So you have to look out for those things. So this is the topic I came up with. This is the particular topic I came up with. The title is Exploring the Influence of Investment Intentions in Securities and Exchange Markets. Evidence from university students in Kitwe, Zambia. So the gap was this: after comprehensively searching the internet, reviewing Google Scholar and other academic sites such as ResearchGate, Emerald Insight, Science Direct, etc., it could be noted that little or no research has been conducted in Zambia investigating the factors that influence investment intentions in the securities or equity or stock markets, and this can be validated by the fact that Zambia has 23 listed companies as at 2023, making it one of the smallest listings in Africa. Now, this is data I got from the Securities Exchange Commission. In Zambia, this is the governing body for if someone even wanted to set up an exchange platform. Like we have the Lusaka Securities Exchange. An example of platforms, international platforms, like say for the States, there's NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow Jones. So those are examples. We've got also in London, in the United Kingdom, the London Stock Exchange. In Africa, the biggest is Johannesburg Stock Exchange. In Asia, we've got is it the Nikko? In Japan, and the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So those are examples of international stock markets where you can buy and sell shares. So they are governing bodies which regulate those platforms. So this one is an example of a Zambian body. So I sourced this information that there are 23 listed companies, which is a very small number compared to these other companies. Some of them can even have more than 1,000 companies. So, and thus the research aims at investigating the factors which influence individual investment intentions in security and exchange markets to foster more public investment and increase wealth. Therefore, the study will seek to narrow the knowledge gap. So we are narrowing the knowledge gap in this under-researched area of interest. So sometimes people use bridging or filling the knowledge gap, but that's a bit dogmatic. Narrowing is better. So motivation, investigating. What's the motivation of this? Investing in securities and exchange markets will offer an opportunity to people to earn an extra income without the high risk associated with starting a business. So moreover, there are 23 listed companies in Zambia. in comparison to major financial markets in Africa, Zambia has got a small listing. Thus, it is imperative to stimulate investment in this area in order to create wealth and jobs. Fostering more public investment could increase the number of listings. Yeah, so this is one of the conceptual models. So I adopted this. There's an example where I adapted it, and another example where I adapted it. Then there's another example where I adapted. Okay. The follow-up video will be about an example on a systematic literature review gap. Yeah, so I'll give an example of a topic under systematic. On that one, I'll develop the conceptual model to show you how you can develop one. Okay, so this is where I got my my information. So this is an example of an authoritative body. So you can either get from an authoritative body or a credible source. Yeah, so this is also a credible source. Yeah, so it's that's what I meant by authoritative body. Yeah, so this is their plan, their strategic plan. So double the listings by 2031 from 23 to 40 or more. Yeah, so that's part of the plan. This is part of like the body of facts supporting my claims. Yeah. So once I came up with that, I had to test if there's a contextual gap. So these are the first articles. This article is from which country? Is this in the United Kingdom? Yeah. So here the title of the article is Impact of Subjective Norms and Behavioral Intentions in Investing in Equity Markets, a survey of the Colombo Stock Exchange. So this article was using the theory of planned behavior. That was the underpinning theory. Yeah. So they were mainly focusing, this is the theory of planned behavior. This is how the conceptual model is by, is it Arjun? Yeah, Arjun. Yeah, so the theory of planned behavior is it's just like a cognitive theory. It shows what happens in the mentally in the brain. Yeah, so these are psychological factors which influence investment intentions. So we're just capturing that aspect. We're not looking at the institutional or structural aspect. So there are many aspects. Yeah, so these are the questionnaire items in this article here. So these are the questionnaire items, and I'll give you an online questionnaire. I'll show you an online questionnaire I crafted based on this. So this is a valid gap. The other article I used was this one, examining the relationship between financial knowledge, risk tolerance, and past behavior bias on investment and actual investment behavior. Yeah, so let me look for the conceptual model. Okay, this is the conceptual model. We've got two moderating variables here: financial knowledge, risk tolerance, and we've got the mediation variable, investment intentions. Yeah, so this one is also moderating as well. So this is the conceptual model, yeah, of the two articles. Yeah, so with that said, how can I test this? So I came up with a topic. It has got a word limit of 15 words. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, let me start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, it's just within the limit. So how do I test this is there's a contextual gap in Zambia. So I go to Google Scholar with that same title. Then I add Zambia to, before I add Zambia, just search for articles just like that. So they appear, and this is Nairobi, that's Kenya, South Africa. This one is what country? Okay, I definitely know this is not Zambia because of the names of the authors. Yeah. Don't look Zambian. Okay. So we can just, this general search tells you that there's literature on this topic. So it's just giving you literature. If you look at what I talked about in the third video, I talked about testing for knowledge gaps. So I gave you the 5-stage process of testing literature and knowledge gaps. So this is what you do. So to screen it even further, you go on Google, a search engine, you paste that, yeah, then you search for what I'm doing. Yeah. For now, for me, I'm using Google Scholar only. Yeah. Okay, let's go to back. So you have to like search until you reach maybe the 10th. You'll be confident that okay, there's literature in this field. Then we test for a contextual gap. We add Zambia to the search now. Now Google's algorithm will filter out other articles which are not from Zambia. So this one is giving me entrepreneurial intentions, factors affecting investors' intention to invest in peer. Okay, this is Malaysia, but this topic is very different. Yeah. So this is different. It's not what talking about what it's not in line with what I'm looking for. Okay. So we have nothing here. So meaning that little or no research has been done. So if you start seeing articles from other countries appearing, so mainly articles here on entrepreneurial intention or intention to do something else which is not directly what I'm looking for. So effects of interest rate on, okay. So this is how you test that there's a contextual gap. I will mainly talk about testing for a methodological or theoretical gap in the next video, where I'll be using a systematic literature review. For that, you can get whatever gap, if it's contextual, methodological, or theoretical. Okay. So we have ourselves so sub-Saharan, I think I mentioned you can do a regional search. Sub-Saharan Africa, can then check. So this is how you're testing that there's a contextual gap. So already I can tell that most articles are not in Zambia published. There are no articles specifically on this, exploring factors influencing investment intentions in the securities and the exchange market. So you can just go further by doing this on Google or any other search engine you use. Yeah. Google is the most used search engine. It has got more than 70% of the traffic. Okay. Factors affecting listing of small and medium enterprises. So this one is, now it's focused on businesses. This one, determinants of stock investment intentions, COVID behavior, results with Zambia. Okay, let me check this. Okay, for that, when validating this, I wasn't using Google. Google might give you something different here, to give you something more detailed. Okay, I use a plugin. It helps me download a lot of things. Yeah, so but this will easily, you can download things directly. Yeah, so there's no big difference, just allows me to download a lot of things. So let's see this article. I never used this to scan. Okay, so I thought I saw Zambia, but this is Pakistan. So determinants of stock investments, investors. Okay, that's my bad. So that's Pakistan. Yeah, so this is how you can search Uganda. Yeah, so basically no literature on Zambia on this, so that means this is a valid research gap. Yeah, so I think let me go to the notes on the third video. Yeah, so you test if there's a gap. So just like that, I've tested, there's no gap, so I'm home and dry. So this is what I was talking about. You do a general search just to check if there's enough literature on that. So if there is little literature, even with the general search, that means you're dealing with something most likely theoretical, most likely good for doctoral PhD papers. Yeah, but it also can be, you can also try to research on that, but it's mainly good for those higher papers. Yeah, so if someone is doing a doctoral degree and there's just with a general search little literature on that, then you're good to go. That's a very good researchable area. So then there's a local search. When I added Zambia or United States, there was a time I added United States, gave me papers from the States. Then the regional search, when I add a recognized region like Sub-Saharan Africa, Southern Africa, or Europe, or Asia, whatever region. Okay, then this I'll talk about this in depth in the next video. So that's how I came up with this knowledge gap, yeah, on this topic. So this is a conceptual model. These are antecedents, the original theory of planned behavior. What is this? It looks like this. Okay, it looks a bit like this. So in this research, in this article, they just adapted the theory of planned behavior and came up with this. So not all conceptual models will be in that form. This one is it's a pictorial depiction. So there's a diagrammatic. Most of them have been showing you a diagrammatic, like this is a diagram. This is like a pictorial. Yeah, this one looks simpler. Yeah, but this one is more standard for papers, academic papers. So perceived behavioral control, subjective norms, which are basically the influence of people close in your circle, yeah, on whatever decision you make, attitude, your behavior towards something, yeah, or your mental position. Then perceived behavioral control, that's your perceived ease or hardness of any behavior. Yeah, so basically the degree to which you see something is easy or hard. Yeah. Then here comes the intentions. Then to complete the theory of planned behavior, you can go further. You go to behavior. So you you go with intentions, then behavior. But I just ended on intentions here, so I adopted this conceptual model here. This is just the first example. The second example, I adapted the conceptual model. I added this the behavior part. Actual investment, this is just the behavior. So here I just used the antecedent of the theory of planned behavior. I never quoted this article. I just used one article. Since I know this is from the theory of planned behavior, you will learn about many theories. There are many theories when it comes to conceptualization, social capital theory. There are many theories. The term theory, I think I talked about that in the other video. So there are many theories. Should I show you a couple of theories? Okay, for the sake of time, let me make this video short. Yeah, so this one has independent variables and the dependent variable. This one has got a moderating variable here, which is intentions, then behavior. The participation, that's behavior. And this one has got a control variable, which is financial knowledge. So moderating variable. It moderates the, the investment intentions. So if someone has got little financial knowledge, to affect the investment intentions negatively. So if someone has got a lot of financial knowledge, to positively affect investment intentions. In the other conceptual model, I added a moderating variable plus a mediating variable. Yeah. So this will affect overall investment intentions here, which will affect the behavior. Yeah. So that's the example. This is the main example I've been talking about. Yeah, so this is that's how you validate a research gap. So you test for the research gap on Google Scholar, or even on Google or any other platform. Yeah. So another topic people can go for is entrepreneurship. My dissertation was about entrepreneurship, intentions in agriculture. Yeah. So I did the same thing. There you find on entrepreneurship in Zambia, you find some authors like Dr. Muya. He has done research about entrepreneurship in Zambia. So you can do research. Now it has to be novel, it has to have a new aspect. Like I talked about in the systematic literature review, one of the systematic literature review papers endorsed social entrepreneurship and sustainable entrepreneurship intentions. So I've got a number of systematic literature review papers on entrepreneurship. So a systematic literature review actually shows you the knowledge gaps. Yeah. So here, value dimensions versus basic human values, the role of individual values, that's a research opportunity. So these research opportunities are valid. They are so concrete that even your assessor can't argue against them. So that's the difference between a knowledge gap gained from just testing and a systematic literature review. So here is a theoretical gap here. Theory of planned behavior is mostly used in entrepreneurship intention. So here it's recommending use other competing models to the theory of planned behavior. Yeah, so here you can also show effects on different types of intentions. Social SEI means social entrepreneurship intentions versus general entrepreneurship intentions. Here sustainable entrepreneurship intentions. Here small lifestyle venture versus scalable startups. So you can do research on that. So this is very good for getting a valid knowledge gap. So let me show you another systematic literature review paper. So we've got one on banking here. Okay, so it's even giving you the summary of analytical tools they used. So there's SPSS, the Amos software. Amos is like a plug-in to SPSS. It helps you do some things which normal SPSS won't allow you to do. So this is giving you a summary of the theories used. Okay, this is not the one I was looking for. Where is the one I was looking for? Okay, I think this is the one. Yeah, so like I said about the theories used, this one will show you. This is e-banking adoption. I talked about this in the third video. So these are the theory used. There are many theories in underpinning theories. So technological acceptance model, that's TAM. Theory of reasoned action. This was the theory related to the theory of planned behavior. So this theory can be even used for other things like the theory of planned behavior. Let me give you another example where this theory is used. Now this is in public health. Yeah. So here they were exploring how this can exploring gender and partner communication using the theory of planned behavior. So they used it in public health here. Yeah, so this is another example. Let me show you another example. Here they were exploring, should be okay, so it's applicable to a lot of things. Yeah, so you can use other theories since it's used a lot. You can use there are some other theories which are better than the theory of planned behavior, but they're a bit more complex. Factors influencing intention to adopt solar energy solutions in households in Zambia. So theory of planned behavior. Yeah, so this is a good article. So here are the questionnaire items. Sometimes they are found almost at the last page. Yeah, so this is a good article. Yeah, so these are just some examples you can base your topic on. Okay, and there's another article. Where is that article? Yeah, so this is where they were using structural support in conjunction with the theory of planned behavior. Let me just show you the conceptual model. Yeah, I think I've seen some papers at the Copperbelt University which have used structural support with the theory of planned behavior, but this one hasn't been done before, so this is an example you can use. Yeah, so these are just examples you can use to generate your topic, so that these are just to help you understand. So every conceptual model goes under, has an underpinning theory, so it might not be this theory of planned behavior. It's actually used a lot, so some people might not want you to use the theory of planned behavior. It's used a lot. So let me talk about let me just re-emphasize what I talked about in the third video. Or in the fourth video, sorry. So whatever conceptual model should have an underpinning theory. So underpinning theories like the theory of planned behavior I've given in research, underpinning theories refer to the foundational principles, concepts, or framework that serve as a basis of a study. So these theories provide a conceptual framework that helps researchers design their study, develop the hypothesis, and interpret the findings. And then underpinning theories are essential for guiding research endeavors and ensuring the research is grounded in established knowledge. So it's best to do a research which is based on underpinning or grounded in a theory. Let me just show you a summary of the research process in the first video I did. There's a flowchart, very important flowchart. Okay, not this. Yeah, so this is a flowchart I was talking about. So when you're starting here, you go through the process of problematization. Either you find a contextual gap, methodological, or theoretical. So this is a summary of the research process. So research problem, detailed literature review. So you review a lot of articles. You come up with the research questions, propositions, and hypotheses. So you choose the research design you want, whether qualitative or quantitative. I talked about the issues with qualitative research, where there's a lot of data involved. You have to collect a lot of data. Then quantitative, there are issues with reliability of the questionnaire. So that's it about the types of research design. So then there's a mixed method. Yeah, so then you go through, I'll talk about this in a separate video. Quantitative research designs, experimental, correlational survey. Now this is based on Creswell. He's a renowned author on research methodology. Yeah, so this is a flowchart you can follow. Yeah, so I'd advise you go for quantitative or mixed, since qualitative, it's intensive, data intensive. You have to collect a lot of data, so you will end up with a small sample which won't represent the actual population, and the findings can't be applicable to different contexts since it's not representative. Yeah, so with that said, thank you for watching this video. Like I said in the first video, research means repeated search. Yeah, so you're just redoing what has been done already most of the times. Yeah, so thank you very much. I almost forgot to mention this, but this is the questionnaire I crafted for that specific topic. Yeah, exploring factors influencing investment intentions. Yeah, so I was supposed to write investment intentions. Yeah. So this is the questionnaire. So this is how a questionnaire is structured. The section A has to do with the demographic side. So questions like gender, age, marital status, what year you're studying, so those questions are in the demographic side. Yeah, so parents' occupation, education level, yeah, so those are on the demographic. Now for this one, key definitions, this is optional. I just put that in place if people don't understand what a security is. A security is a financial instrument. So a security can be a share, bond, or stocks. Yeah, so these are just a couple of definitions I gave there. So the section B, that's where you find the Likert scale questions. So a Likert scale question shows strongly, agree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. Yeah. So let me show you a preview. So these are the demographic. So this is how it will look like. This is a preview. So you press next. Yeah, so that part where it's showing a section, you have to press next in the actual thing. So next again. Yeah, so you can either strongly agree. I think that I will get expected benefits from investing in the securities and exchange market. So here, strongly agree. So this is how this is measuring attitude. This is a variable. So the next one will be measuring subjective norms. So most of the people who are important to me think that I should invest in the securities and exchange markets. So this is disagree. So these are subjective norms. Yeah. So each variable will have questionnaire items. This is how it looks like. An online questionnaire might make things easier in the sense that you can cover a lot of people with the least amount of costs, but it's difficult in the sense that people's attention can be divided, so it's hard to get responses out of people. I know about so this is measuring financial knowledge. I know about interest rates charged by banks, borrowing rates charged, so you can put disagree if you want, by financial institutions, so you can put disagree. So clearly understand the balance sheet on my bank statement, you disagree if you don't understand that. Yeah, so these are basically questionnaire items measuring variables. So this is the last variable, the behavior. Then you submit. So this is an example of a questionnaire. I almost forgot. Then this will record the response. So it has recorded 2 responses to give you a summary: 50% male, gender. So here maybe you do 400 responses. Yeah. Then yeah, home and dry. Yeah. So this will give you. Okay. Yeah, so this is all about the online questionnaire. This is Google Forms. Yeah, so you can access Google Forms by you tap there, apps, then you find Google Forms, or you can just Google Google Forms there. So these are apps offered by Google. Yeah, so you can press Google Forms there. Another thing to note is that it's very difficult to get online responses from people, so you can use this in conjunction with a hard copy questionnaire. So you can encode data using whether you're using Excel, yeah, so you can collect data with a hard copy. Yeah, so it's very tricky to record online responses. So this is how you send your questionnaire to people. So you go there, you can either use your email, you can send it to yourself, then you start sharing it with your phone to a lot of people. Yeah, so you can shorten the link, then you copy the link, then you can email yourself. Yeah, so this is how you finish up with the questionnaire. After you're done, you send your questionnaire to a lot of people. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. Yeah, please subscribe to my channel.